This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK 304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, hello, West Virginia. We are back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for Friday the 13th. March 13th, 2026. Metro News Hotline comes to you from the Salango Law Studios. Visit salangolaw.com. Friday. We made it to Friday, so there's that.
Yeah.
There's that. We made it to Friday.
Cowabunga.
There you go. Coop, how you doing in there? Oh, man, I see you. You are lit. I could see.
Do I need to turn that down? Is it different than yesterday?
No, it's just I'm not used to seeing you in with the ring light in there. It's interesting.
I feel like because it's on one side that I'm in a David Lynch film, where one side of my face is in shadow and the other side is brightly lit. If I mumbled a little more, it might help.
But now I can kind of see what you're doing in there.
Now that's never good. That's never good news. I read a factoid earlier today that 18% of the Fridays in 2026 have been 13ths.
Really? Wow. That seems kind of appropriate, doesn't it?
Right. That was actually the second part of the post that I saw.
Kind of appropriate. Man, temperature 58 degrees.
Oh, hey.
A little Jack Lamberty out there today, 58 degrees. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm good.
Well, it seems like we've been hanging out for a while.
Yeah.
Because I did
Well, we do work together, so.
Well, I know we work together, but I mean, I did 2 stints in the last hour on the Dave Allen Show.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tired of carrying that guy's water. I mean, come on, man. 2 segments in an hour. Come on. Yeah. That doesn't seem fair. Anyway, we had a lot. Coop, we had a lot of fun with that. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah, I heard some.
Okay.
I thought you talked about the sporty sports.
I did that. We talked about the sporty sports a little bit, so that was good. So we're going to do that again next Friday. We're going to come in because everybody else and the company is down at the arena.
Yeah, right. They're over doing the basketball game.
They're down at the rodeo.
Yeah,
the basketball thingy. So the girls' tournament. Oh, let me get you caught up on that.
A lot going on.
Man, a lot of stuff going on. Metro News is your home for the girls' tournament and the boys' tournament next week. Let's see. Games today. Williamstown came back from being down 10 at the half to Wheeling Central to win that game 53-42. We know now that Williamstown will play Wyoming East in the finals in tomorrow. Wyoming East was a winner over James Monroe, 49-30. Greenbrier East defeated Kaiser, 52-37. That was the 11-15er today. The nighttime session's pretty good. GW Parkersburg South at 5:30. Pregame starts at 5. Coop, are we preempted on the big 580?
Yeah,
for an hour.
Yeah, for GW's game.
Okay,
yes.
So that means we had a little secret show.
That's right.
A little secret show action going at 5 o'clock. Nitro and East Fairmont at 7 and 7:15, and then Parkersburg and Morgantown at 9 o'clock. It's a pretty good lineup. College basketball today. You got some heavyweights playing early in the day. Kentucky is trailing Florida in Nashville in the SEC tournament, 58-46 with about 5.5 minutes to go right downtown. You been to Nashville, Ryan? You ever been to Nashville?
Yes, I have.
You like it?
I guess I've only been there one time, and I went to this big fancy hotel called the Gaylord Hotel.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
For a family reunion on my mother's side,
nice.
Which is a lot of people.
This arena where they're playing the SEC tournament is literally, Coop, one maybe a block and a half away from one of my favorite places on the planet.
Oh,
Dollywood.
No, not Dollywood. The Ernest Tubb Record Store.
Okay.
The Ernest Tubb Record Store is literally like a block, and just maybe a block away. Every time I go to Nashville, I got to stop in there. Yeah. Fascinating.
I've never been there.
Fascinating place. So Kentucky trying to win, playing for the third straight day. Cats down. We'll keep you updated. We'll let you know when that one goes final. Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament, they were losers to Michigan this afternoon. 71-67, close game, but Ohio State going to sit back and see where they fall when the NCAA tournament bids come out on Sunday. So Michigan wins over Ohio State, and Kentucky is losing to Florida. Coop, how hard is the wind blowing outside? I mean, it's really howling, right?
Man, the last time I saw it was, it was whistling by pretty quick.
Yes, really. So something came up with Dave Allen on the noon show, and it reminded me to talk about this. So when you live in a neighborhood and the wind is really whipping, and the garbage cans are flying around, and a garbage can from one of your neighbors lands in your yard, what's the move? If it's an unidentified neighbor, how long is it before that garbage can is now your garbage can?
And this is really specific.
And what is your responsibility to try to get that garbage can to its rightful owner?
This is like a Guinness Book of World Records level of specificity of a situation. First of all, for me personally, I have spray painted my address on my trash can. So on the
that's smart for you,
on the lid and the trash can. Yeah. So if that happened to me, they would be able to find it. I don't know. I usually it's happened. Usually, what I find is the lids in my yard, and usually I'll just go and put it next to the alley with like a rock on top, so it doesn't go anywhere. And figure that if somebody's looking for their lid, they'll find it.
Yeah,
walking down the alley. I've done that a few times. If I recognize the trash can, because there's some people that have recognizable.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an unrecognizable one.
So until it becomes are you in the market for a trash can?
No, and that's not the question either. It's not the question either.
I'm just trying to.
But I had a situation a few months ago where literally a trash can was in my yard, and I didn't know which one of my neighbors it belonged to, and it was like, roulette, like pick out one of my neighbors, and I returned the trash can. I guessed by process of elimination which one of my neighbors I thought it belonged to, and I took it over there. It was one of those things where I just kind of took it over to their yard. To their garage, rather, and brought it back, and it turned out to be right, I guess, because I never heard another thing about it.
Or they kept it. They were like, how did this get here?
Well, it was
Great,
like
a new trash can.
Or maybe it was like a garbage can version of like hot potato. I just gave it to somebody else, and it was somebody else's problem.
Yeah, I would have. I don't know exactly the layout of your street or your neighborhood, but I think that if it were where I live now, I would have put the trash can out by like where I park and let people see it.
How long though? How long does this go on?
I don't know.
A week?
What am I going to do with it? If it's in my way, then I would have to think about it. If it's not in my way, I don't know. It can gather leaves for all I care.
I thought about this also, where maybe I could have waited until we had a regular trash pickup day and just put this wayward trash can next to my normal trash can and just see what happens.
See if they
see what happens.
Take your trash?
Maybe the trash guy would know where it belongs. It's his business. He's in the trash business. I'm not in the trash business. What do I know? I've just got a garbage can that doesn't belong in my yard.
We're all kind of in the trash business.
Well, I guess we sort of. I'm in the radio business. That's sort of.
We produce trash.
Well,
I got a lot of it actually.
I think there's only like two criteria that you really need to consider here. One, do you need a new trash can? And two, do you like your neighbors or not?
Oh, I like my neighbors. They're great.
Then you return the trash can.
A certain type of person, this would be the idea thing to put on the neighborhood app.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
It would be like it would be the one post that was actually somewhat useful among the 50 posts of other people's kids in the alley wondering if they're hoodlums.
Yeah,
those are awesome posts.
That's true.
Or saying like, who's watching movies too loud at night?
Okay.
Yeah. I love when they post pictures of kids. That's cool.
For people who are listening to our show right now, there are three things they are potentially thinking about while they're driving their car. Number one, why are you talking about this? Number two,
when's the tournament?
They're picking up their phones and they're calling home and say, we don't have any trash cans like floating around our yard, do we? Because this is a question I've kind of wondered about for a while. And number three, Dave, this happened to me. Okay,
yeah.
So this is not like a unique situation.
Yeah, and if you're in the number one camp, have you not heard the show before?
Yeah, have you not? Oh, okay. Chris Lawrence has sent me a note here. It's like, I'm the only guy whose show can burn 15 minutes on an orphan trash can. In some cultures, that's pretty important.
Yeah,
in some cultures, it's
not
pretty
ours.
Important.
But some cultures.
Apparently not ours. But there you go. So if you know what, this is the kind of thing that kind of does get people going on the text line. Not yet. It hasn't.
Here's a texter. Stop. Oh, here's another texter. Please get on with it.
No, like stop. Get help. That's usually the message.
Take my wife, please.
Oh my goodness. Cooper, you ready for another exciting night of World Baseball WBC action tonight?
I have to admit that that night off for the American team, I was a little jonesing a little bit. I was like, man,
I was missing it too.
I kind of need some baseball in my life.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, I got used to that.
So we'll get another crack at the Canadians.
Baseball
tonight.
that sort of matters in early March is nice.
How feisty do you think Canada's going to be after losing that hockey game?
Man, I never even thought of that, but you're right.
Yeah, took the men, took the
It's like
women.
we took their sport and wrapped it around the nose, so they're going to be out for blood, right? It's like, oh, America's game, is it? Yeah.
To be fair, Canada and hockey have a generally rocky relationship in regards to the Stanley Cup. Like Florida has won the Stanley Cup
twice,
few times.
two times in a row.
Yeah, and they don't even have ice down there. So.
Yeah.
What's that say about Canadian teams, huh?
I come from the era where literally they thought hockey in the Southeast, what a stupid idea. This will never work.
Anyway, just trying to stoke some fire here.
Good. And you know what? That was a good related comment to the sporty sports.
Yeah.
You got a little sporty sports comment. Hey, well, let me ask you this. Where's your dad right now?
He's at home watching
He's watching the Cats, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did you call them the Bobcats?
The Wildcats.
Oh, Wildcats, that's exactly.
I wouldn't get the team wrong. Like half the shirts I wear are Kentucky shirts.
I know, it's true. Yeah. You do have some UK swag. Coop, did you see? We were talking about this on the Dave Allen Hour. That of our
which one,
show.
The morning?
You know what? It was almost like that 2:00 hour of his show. I was like to take it over. I was trying to annex it.
I did that one time.
Did you?
Well, I mean, there was nobody else there, so they needed me to. But yeah, I took that last hour.
So we were talking about Marshall's schedule. I saw today, Marshall has released his football schedule. Louisiana Tech is suing Conference USA to try to get – do you know where I'm going with this?
I saw the story, yeah,
okay.
But you can explain it.
Okay, so Louisiana Tech is trying to escape Conference USA, and Conference USA is saying, no, we have a contract. You owe us X amount of dollars if you want to leave the league. So Louisiana Tech is trying to sue the league, Conference USA, to get out and join the Sun Belt. Last night, Conference USA released their schedule. The Sun Belt Conference, where Marshall lives now, it released its league-wide schedule today. Louisiana Tech is in both schedules.
Okay.
So they are scheduled now to play football in both Conference USA and in the Sun Belt this fall. I, for one, am very anxious to see that. How would that potentially work? And so there are a whole host of teams that know that somebody's schedule is going to done get blowed up.
Yeah, there's going to be a change.
There's going to be some sort of a change.
Changes are coming.
What's your take on the whole Big 12 court gate?
You
see the court gate story where like the shiny lighted court is like out of there, and they're going back to the traditional court tonight for the semifinals.
It's
very
like,
nice.
It's like you get the right result for the wrong reasons. So the reason they did it is apparently it was a safety hazard or something because the players were slipping around on it or whatever.
Safety schmafety.
Whatever. I mean, I thought it would be because of taste. It was in bad taste, and so you want to go back to a traditional basketball court. But either way, we get to the right point.
Yeah,
so,
it didn't taste very good either.
Wouldn't this be great, like if it was an episode of The Twilight Zone where when they tried to remove the lit electric cord, it didn't want to go. Like, don't, like, you tried to move it, it would shock the janitor, or like have a sign like, how dare you, don't move me.
It captures all of the people trying to remove it like they're in the Phantom Zone from the Superman movie.
And they're forced to play basketball forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Although you'd probably like that.
I would like that.
And then, like, one day you see these, like, dehydrated, emaciated basketball players, and you're like, yeah, let's get another basket. Come on.
Try to figure out how it would work for gambling. That's probably how I would work that. Oh, speaking of basketball, Coop, it is just being announced literally within the last half hour that Jeff Capel's coming back to coach Pitt.
Oh, okay.
I had him as dead man walking.
Yeah,
I did not think he was
yeah.
coming back to the Pitt Panthers, but apparently he's coming back. So for WVU fans, I think that's really a good thing. Honestly, I think that's that might be the best thing I've heard all day. That that's going to really help season tickets. That's really remember. Man, you remember that grease fire of Pitt basketball this season?
Right, yeah.
We're coming back.
Yeah.
We're coming back.
Come back for part 2.
So come on back and buy some of that. So Jeff Capel is coming back to coach Pitt next season. I did not see that coming. I absolutely did not see that coming. So we got the WBC tonight. Oh, this is pretty interesting. I was watching now, we've been talking about the WBC. You think that this is a pretty big story nationally, wouldn't you say? Internationally as well? The World Baseball Classic?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I literally went through 2 hours of Get Up on ESPN this morning that didn't even mention it.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't even exist.
I don't think LeBron or Aaron Rodgers plays for anyone.
Oh, man, they must have spent like 30 minutes talking about Kyler Murray.
Oh, my God. Yeah, honestly, it exhausts me when I try to listen to any sports talk radio, national or the ESPN thing, because it's just, I love the NFL too, but my goodness gracious, man, baseball season's getting ready to start. You got the WBC going on.
Oh, Major League Baseball, there was like no mention of that.
Yeah, forget that. I mean, it's just spring training, we got a year before they play NFL football. We got to get back to that. Yeah, I know. It's very tough trying to find baseball coverage out there sometimes.
I just
have to hear.
Just tell me the channel where I can go to like get like a little bit of an overview of what's really happening, despite who has the rights to the games.
Yeah, yeah. I know, and it's so frustrating to try to find these things. I know.
All right. Did I get the? I think I got the score right. James Monroe beat Wyoming East 49-30. In women's play this afternoon, girls play this afternoon. Oh, question of the day. Did you see this? Because it's been on the socials today.
I think I missed it this time.
I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
Guess what movie they look like we're going to get a reboot of? Not a reboot, a sequel of.
Oh, what's that? I think I know, maybe.
Days of Thunder.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Days of Thunder.
Is Tom Cruise going to do this to all his movies?
Yeah, why not? Until they stop making money.
Risky business too, baby.
Risky. Long-rumored sequel to the movie Days of Thunder appears to be gaining traction. Paramount announced in November it was working on a possible sequel to the movie starring Tom Cruise as a NASCAR driver. Now there's a new report in the Sports Business Journal that a Hollywood film writer has been meeting with NASCAR teams and drivers to help develop a plot. The original Days of Thunder came out 36 years ago in 1990 with Cruise as the young NASCAR driver Cole Trickle. Have you ever seen Days of Thunder, Ryan?
No.
Okay. So the movie made $157 million worldwide. So they are thinking about a sequel to Days of Thunder. So here's the question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel? And what are some of the best movies about racing? How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel? And what are some of the best movies about racing? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK, 304-304-8255, 304. Tweet me. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. I really want your thoughts on this. What do you think about a Days of Thunder sequel? Because some of the key characters in the movie have passed. Despite that, they still want to do a sequel. And what are some of the best movies about racing? As you might imagine, I got a few thoughts about that. We'll get into that and have a whole lot more. Let's take a break. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a
sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Hardwood Heat meets the Mountain State in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Girls High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 14th. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Possible, with support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing,
to get the help you need,
to find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we, because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Daniel Woods. Power over athletic transfers is the governor's signature away from going back to the WVSSAC. A bill repealing the so-called one-time transfer rule is headed to Governor Patrick Morrisey after passing the state Senate 20-14. Senator Scott Fuller says permitting open transfers has hurt local kids in recent years.
That's a form of bullying when you are
a coach and you have that power to bring in people. That coach isn't thinking about these kids, and that bothers me. It truly bothers me that they would rather win a daggone game than think about these kids that have worked their entire life to get to that point, to finally get on that team, wear that jersey, and represent their school.
The law allowing for one-time transfers in high school athletics was put into place in 2023. The National Weather Service has most of West Virginia under a wind advisory today. Meteorologists say winds from the southwest will be 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The advisory remains in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. Members of the Mon Metro Drug and Violent Crime Task Force have arrested 4 and confiscated dangerous drugs from an apartment located on Airport Boulevard. Wednesday, the Monongalia County Sheriff's Office, Special Response Team, and the task force entered the apartment and encountered 2 males and 2 females, all who were detained. Chastity Demidovich, Zachary Red, Jarrett Gordon, and Sarah Gidley have all been charged with possession with intent to manufacture fentanyl and cocaine. Police recovered more than 40 grams of fentanyl and more than 13 grams of cocaine during the search. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Brittany Hedrick. As an environmental project manager at CEC, working in West Virginia, the land taught me respect and responsibility. Whether it's navigating complex regulations or overseeing site assessment, I ensure every project thrives. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com to apply. That's WVMetroNews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
The state's budget is in place for fiscal year 2027. Governor Patrick Morrisey signing the $5.5 billion general revenue budget passed last week by the state legislature. He did have a number of line item vetoes. That goes back to the legislature for them to potentially override those decisions. And the former executive director of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission has died. Gary Ray, a longtime educator and coach, joined the SSAC in 2001. He became executive director in 2007, retiring in 2016. At the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Daniel Woods.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
All right, welcome back. 26 till the hour. It's over in Nashville. Florida has defeated UK 71-63. So Kentucky, after playing for 3 consecutive afternoons, they are eliminated. So, Coop, now Big Blue Nation, job one, sell your tickets. Move those tickets and enjoy some time right downtown Nashville before you head home. But Kentucky's out. They are defeated by the Gators 71-63 in just a moment. Jeff Jenkins joins me now from Metro News. Jeff, you've been a busy boy today over the arena. First of all, let me just say this. I don't mean to embarrass you, but what a pleasure to listen to you and Fred Persinger call a game today.
I appreciate that.
You guys had the last game of the session earlier today where James Monroe was a winner.
It's just East. Yeah.
When you hear Fred call a game, it's like there is nothing that could happen in a basketball game that he has never seen. And for you to do color with him, that's got to make you feel pretty good too.
Oh yeah, we've spent plenty of time together over there at that on that side of the Civic Center floor. But yeah, pretty cool. And we're making our way through the semifinal Friday here.
There you go. We're halfway home. Tonight's schedule: GW in Parkersburg South at 5:30, Nitro in East Fairmont. You got that call, and East Fairmont, trying to be one of the big stories of the tournaments. See if they can roll another upset. and then Parkersburg and Morgantown to 9 o'clock. Hey, want to get your take on the news from the legislature about the transfer rule.
Yeah, big. So, earlier in the session, the House passed a bill. Now, just real quick, 3 years ago, the transfer bill was introduced to allow multiple transfers, right? Liberalizing the transfer rule. And it was introduced. It passed the Senate that year, but the House did not pass it, did not take it up. On the last night of the session, Ryan Weld, a senator who supported it, and he introduced it from Brooke County, he attached it to a homeschool bill, a homeschool sports bill that the House wanted. He attached his on the last night, forced the House into a corner a little bit, and got the transfer rule passed on the last night. So the last couple of years, people have made a lot of noise about this. I think delegates and senators have heard. So a bill started moving through the House a couple of weeks ago that would basically repeal what the SSAC did, because they were ordered to make a policy, right? So it would repeal that policy. It passed the House. It went over to the Senate. The Senate Education Committee did not change the bill. They did not amend the bill, which was important. Mm-hmm. Made it to the floor today for a final passage in front of the Senate next to the last day of the session. There was tons of discussion, more than an hour of debate on this. A lot about school choice, free choice. That's the argument of the proponents of transfer, one of their arguments. But it ended up passing 20-14. And so since they didn't change it, that will go to the governor for his decision. Now, the SSAC has put out a statement in the last few minutes by Wayne Ryan. And this is from Wayne Ryan, the SSAC Executive Director. The West Virginia SSAC appreciates the West Virginia legislature for its action to repeal the current transfer statute. The commission thanks members of both the House and the Senate for their diligence and for recognizing the importance of maintaining a clear and consistent framework for interscholastic athletics across the state. With today's vote by the Senate, the SSAC will move forward with the process of promulgating a transfer rule that provides school choice for families while establishing reasonable guidelines that support competitive balance and stability for member schools. The SSAC remains committed to doing what is best for student athletes, schools, and communities across West Virginia.
There you go. And, all this is kind of ironic with the news about Gary Ray. I'm sure there was a lot of discussion of his passing over at the arena.
Yep.
Hey, before I get you out of here, Coop, get in on this because I wanted to ask you about it as well. So, spring training baseball.
Yep.
Reds and Giants tonight have a split squad game against the Giants. Is that something that happens very often in Arizona, where you've got a split squad Reds-Giants game, and then you've got another Reds-Giants split squad game on the same night in two different locations?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've heard of that before.
No, it's that's because you're usually playing another team, obviously,
a
second team.
It probably has happened, but I haven't personally heard of it before. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't really remember that ever happening in a Florida situation.
Well, one of the things they are doing, and I shared with this Coop with Dave during the break, is it's going to be extremely hot in Arizona next week, 100 degrees plus, which is very hot for this time of year. Early records, going to set some records. So these spring training games in the Cactus League are starting to be moved to the nighttime next week because, just to manage the heat.
Yeah.
So they're starting, at 6 o'clock, or I guess that would be 7 o'clock here, however I forget how that is. But
2 hours.
But, 2 hours. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So, but they're starting to do that because the temperature is going to be 100 degrees in Arizona next week, and we're getting down inside 2 weeks now. It would break camp in a week and a half.
I know. How many more games at the girls' tournament do you have?
I've got the one tonight. I got two championships tomorrow, AAA and Quad A tomorrow night. I've got the two championship games tomorrow night.
Jeff, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Coop, let's fire up the Sound of Sports. Let's get into some of that, and we'll start with the girls' tournament. Semifinal Friday at the West Virginia High School Girls State Tournament today. This morning in Class AA in the semis, Williamstown rallied after being down 10 at halftime to eliminate Wheeling Central 53-42. Here's Williamstown coach Danny Bunch on the win and advancing to tomorrow's AA title game.
My point was just trying to make was I've watched a lot of games this week, and I've seen, it's been a tale of two halves in a lot of games. So you guys just got to keep grinding. We didn't play the greatest, I don't think, offensively or defensively in the first half. We gave up some stuff on the defensive side of the ball that we normally don't do. And I told them it's got to start on that side, and obviously here in the second half.
All right, there you go. So Williamstown advances to tomorrow's AA title game, and they will be facing James Monroe, who defeated Wyoming East 49-30 this afternoon. College basketball in Kansas City at the Big 12 tournament. Kansas advanced to the semifinals with a hard-fought 78-73 win over TCU last night. Game was tied at 61-all with just under 6 minutes left when Kansas took the lead for good.
Bill Self, always great out of timeouts. Let's see what he draws up. Little slip screen. There it is. Yep. When you know the defense on the pick and roll is going to show hard the big guy.
And 10 on the shot clock. In the hands of Peterson. Bill Self directing traffic. Got to go here. Peterson spinning, shooting, hitting.
There you go. Darren Peterson had 24 points in a season-high 37 minutes last night. He missed 12 of his 17 shots, but made up for it at the line, going 13 for 16. Big 12 court gate. The Big 12 will transition back to a traditional hard court for the remainder of the conference tournament. The LED glass court had some grumbling about the slipping and gripping issues. Here's KU's Bill Self on the situation after last night's win over TCU.
I didn't notice us slipping as much. I personally didn't think it was as big a deal. But if you study it and watch the games throughout the day and maybe even some tonight, seemed like to me there was a lot of steps that end up sliding 1 or 2 inches that just didn't look quite as clean. So, it's a cool-looking floor, but I'm excited that the talk tomorrow will be about the semifinals as opposed to the court.
And in Charlotte, top-ranked Duke, in Greensboro rather, top-ranked Duke escaped a serious upset bid from Florida State, winning 80-79 to advance to the ACC tourney semis. The Noles had the ball with time running out, and FSU's Robert McRae had a shot to win the game with a basket at the buzzer.
15 seconds left in the game. Evans bouncing for Boozer. His shot is blocked by Steen. 5 seconds to go. Florida State trying to win it right here. And it's over. Duke survives it. 80-79.
All right. So, by the way, this tournament is in Charlotte. The Blue Devils are now 30-2. They'll meet Clemson in one ACC tourney semi, but they'll be without starting point guard Caleb Foster, who's out indefinitely with a broken right foot. Miami takes on UVA in the other semifinal tonight. At the Big East tourney, how about the Hoyas? The 11th-seeded Georgetown Hoyas stunned 3rd-seeded Villanova 78-64 last night to get into the semifinals at MSG. The Hoyas have won 3 straight after a 7-game losing streak.
Mulready dribbles with his right hand, uses his arms to get the crowd engaged, and they are well engaged. Coach Cooley potentially starting to make his mark on this Georgetown program in D.C. It's a final. Georgetown upsets Villanova in blowout fashion. A 78-64 win for the Hoyas. Georgetown advances to the Big East tournament semifinals. Once again for Villanova, it is shaking your head time here at Madison Square Garden. What went wrong? You could talk about a lot of different things, but for Villanova, it wasn't their night.
Georgetown gets UConn in one semifinal tonight in the Big East, with St. John's and Seton Hall in the other. So 4 of the original 7 members of the Big East are in the semifinals of the tournament for the first time since 1994. Women's college basketball. WVU is awaiting their marching orders for the NCAA tournament after winning the Big 12 women's tournament in Kansas City. The Mountaineers head coach Mark Kellogg says WVU will know the matchups that are coming on Sunday night, but they'll know whether or not they're hosting tomorrow.
Yes, I think it would be really hard after we just earned a championship with all the other metrics for us not to get to play here. I'm not a part of that committee. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. None of us do. So I don't think I'll be cautiously optimistic until we hear, I guess, on Saturday, because they do the reveal on Saturday if you're a top 16, meaning host institution. So we will know that before the selection show. Now you won't know who you play or what seed you are and those types of things. But we certainly think we've done enough to earn the right to host. I just could only imagine what this place would be like if we were to host.
All right, and from the ice, NHL in Las Vegas, the Pens' 5-game road trip continued last night. Penguins came up on the short end of a 6-2 loss to the Golden Knights. The Pens trailed 3-2 to start the third when Vegas scored twice early in the third period to put it away.
This top line for the Golden Knights has combined for just one shot in the game. It belonged to Eichel on the power play. Mark Stone returning, of course, a 5-game absence. Here's Barbashev. Charging in, drops it. Eichel, rush shot, score! That's goals in 3 in a row for Jack Eichel.
All right, the Penguins remain tied with the Islanders in the Metropolitan Division. The Pens are at Utah tomorrow night. And in Buffalo, it was a good night for the Caps. Tied at 1 late. Washington gets the game winner with just over 90 seconds to play to silence the Sabres 2-1, snapping Buffalo's 8-game winning streak in the process.
There'll be a shot coming here soon. Overlap. Here comes the shot. Luukkonen has it. The rebound in front goes behind the net. They try to center. Back up front. They score. Shot from the far circle. Chychrun jumps in with 1:33 to go, and the Sabres trail it 2-1.
All right, so the Caps have won 2 of 3. The Capitals begin a 4-game homestand with a test against the Bruins tomorrow night in Boston. And finally, that's a homestand. That Caps game against the Bruins will be in D.C. tomorrow night. Finally, the World Baseball Classic moves into the single elimination quarterfinal round tonight. After needing a little help from Italy to get out of pool play, Team USA meets Canada for a spot in the semifinals tonight. Here's Team USA manager Mark DeRosa on the challenge that Canada presents.
I mean, scrappy bunch. I mean, bottom line. And they're swinging the bats. I mean, a bunch of guys in their lineup from Toro to Casey are swinging the bats well. New lease on life for the boys. Certainly. Put ourselves in a tough spot. Tip our hat to Vinny Pasquantino and Italy, truly. Went into that game a little overly confident and got a huge wake-up call, and we turn the page and go to Canada. Bottom line, the guys are fired up to be in that room and get rolling.
All right, and the Dominican Republic will be meeting Korea in another WBC quarterfinal game tonight. Let's take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the follow-up file. Stay tuned.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today. Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment, live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is time for the follow-up file. When we started our question of the day segment, we originally wanted to read all the responses, but we started getting too many to do that. Some would come in late or even after the show was over. We couldn't find a way to get that stuff into the program until now with the follow-up file. Yesterday's question of the day. Now that the WVU basketball team is out of the Big 12 tournament, how would you describe the season? What are reasonable annual expectations for the WVU basketball program? Anthony in Clarksburg. Hey, Dave. Coach Hodge did pretty well. Annual expectations should be in the 20-ish wins and NCAA tournament appearances. Andy on X. Dave, up and down, but a decent effort for a first-year coach. I think WVU should strive to be in the top 3, down to maybe the 7th spot in the Big 12. Groot King, Dave, disappointing, but not unexpected. Jeremy said, hey, back-to-back first-year head coaches have back-to-back rebuilds, so I live in the real world, and I think they overachieved. Looks good for the future, and that court, by the way, really sucks. 304-839. Hey, Dave, I'm glad you mentioned the court. We talked about it quite a bit yesterday. It's terrible, and it hurts my eyes, and I can only watch it for so long. 861-209. Dave, that basketball court at the Big 12 tournament is all about the advertising money. The team uniforms will soon have their businesses' names on them. Everybody is pimping for $1. A couple of days ago, this question of the day, a new survey found that 30% of us fear driving alone. 31% avoid solo concerts, and 26% won't travel by themselves. So the question was, do you like traveling alone? What's the farthest trip you've ever made by yourself? A lot of really great responses to this, including these. 571-205, Dave, I drove from Martinsburg to San Antonio to see a friend graduate from the Air Force basic training. I drove 24 hours straight, 1,600 miles. Only stopped for fuel, food, and to stretch. I did the same thing on the way back and shaved a full hour off the trip by speeding just a little bit. 304-389, hey Dave, no, I don't like to travel alone. In fact, I don't like most things alone. Farthest I've ever traveled alone was on a Greyhound bus from Charleston to Sacramento, California. That was quite the experience. Thanks for sending that in. I do appreciate it. Sean said, driving alone doesn't bother me. Longest by myself has to be Fairmont to either Mobile, Alabama, or Cleveland, Mississippi. I'm too lazy to look it up right now. Well, listen, man, I don't want to tax you, dude. Rich in Salem said, I once rode my motorcycle to Sturgis by myself 5 years ago, camped along the way, visited places I wanted to see on my time and my schedule. It was an epic trip. You know what? That sounds pretty good. Bananas for WV on X. Dave, I used to travel back and forth to Florida with my mini Schnauzer, so I guess that's not totally alone, is it? Trip took 23 hours, and I knew every rest stop along the way. Let's see. Question of the day earlier this week about golf participation. It's up. 48.1 million people took part last year. So the question was, are you interested in playing or learning to play golf? How closely do you follow the sport of golf? 304-545. Hey, Dave, not interested in watching indoor golf. I'm a guy who plays at golf, and I'd rather play with the ladies. The ladies play faster, and they seem to get less frustrated. 304-282. Dave, I'm left-handed, so that should answer the question. I follow the majors, especially on Sunday. Now, there are tons of great left-handed golfers through history. Phil Mickelson, Bubba Watson, Mike Weir, Bob Charles. Thanks to everybody who sent stuff in. We do the follow-up file every Friday at this time. Let's take a quick break. We're back to wrap up hour number 1 in a moment.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Hardwood Heat meets the Mountain State in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Girls High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 14th. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
All right, we're up and rolling on a Friday afternoon. We're glad you're tuned in. Tell you what, let's take a break, check out the news, collect our thoughts, come back strong in hour number 2. We'll reset our question of the day, take a look at the financial markets, and it'll be time for buy or sell. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it. Because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bounced him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Yeah. 10 seconds remaining.
There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back, it's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws, he's got an open man. Pass top 10, 5, end zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things, and I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard, and if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour.
Navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more.
From a Mountain State point of view, Hotline is a no politics zone.
You can join the conversation.
Text the show at 304-825-5304.
304-TALK-304.
Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 2, How Do You Do? Metro News Hotline. Keeping you company here in West Virginia every weekday afternoon on the old Metro News Radio Network, right up until 6 o'clock. We've got a lot of stuff to get into in this particular hour. What happened in the financial markets. We'll reset our question of the day, which is about a potentially interesting future movie by Tom Cruise. And we'll play Buy or Sell. We do that every Friday at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. A little bit later on in this half hour, we'll have the entertainment report. Pat Strader will be by with Beer Friday in about a half an hour. And don't we need that now? A little bit later on in the hour, we'll open up the On This Date file, the 5 things to know at 5 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on what's going on in college basketball conference tournaments, what's going on at the girls tournament, the schedule for games tonight. We'll got you covered on all that. 5 o'clock hour, for many of you, you'll be breaking away for coverage of the girls tournament. So, Coop, I'll just be taking the rest of the day off. Is that okay? Like,
sure.
Below out of here about 5 o'clock?
Sure.
That's okay. No.
If you don't mind what we do in your name.
No, we will be continuing on. Many of our affiliates will be hanging with us. Some will be breaking away. By the way, if your station is breaking away for girls basketball and you want to know what we're up to, you can always go to the website. There is a feed of our program always at the website, WVMetroNews.com. I see your hand is up.
Yeah, also YouTube.
And YouTube, we're always there.
So you can go
Facebook
to YouTube now
Live,
and watch us live there now, too.
There you go. That's available to you as well. In that 5 o'clock hour, Brad Howe from Sportsline will be by. We'll talk about Mountaineer basketball and more. We'll play in or out. 5:33 today. Aristotle Jones is scheduled to join us, correct?
I've already got his info, so I think so.
So he'll be here for Sounds Good West Virginia. That's one of my favorite segments of the week. And we're counting down the legislative session here in West Virginia. Jeff Jenkins will have the Capitol report at around 5:40, and then more of your responses to our question of the day. All right, let's get going with what happened in the financial markets today. The Dow, rough week. Ended on a down note, down 1/4% losing about 120 points today. The Dow closing at 46,558. S&P 500 down 0.6%, down 40 points today, 6632 at the close. NASDAQ was down 1%, lost 207 points, 22,105 at the end of today's session. Among stocks of local interest to West Virginia, there were big percentage gainers or losers today. Dow was down 2.7%, but Dow's been raging this week. Dow's having a moment, but there was a little bit of profit taking today, down 2.7%, lost a buck even, 36.58 at the close today. Halliburton was down 3%, lost $1.05, 33.80 at the close. What about the energy space? What about oil? Well, oil today up again, 2.5%, gaining $2.39. WTI on the NYMEX closed at $98.12. Brent was at 102.72 at the close today. Natural gas, a snapshot of where we are now. Nat gas down 3% today, losing a dime, $3.14 per unit. And Bitcoin, which has been creeping up just a little, up 1% today, gaining about $750, a coin going for a little more than $71,000 today. All right, our question of the day. Question of the day has to do about a sequel to a Tom Cruise movie that looks like it's going to happen. Looking like it's going to happen. Sports Business Journal reporting yesterday that it looks like the long-rumored sequel to the movie Days of Thunder appears to be gaining traction. See what I did there? Paramount announced in November that it was working on a possible sequel to the movie starring Tom Cruise as a NASCAR driver. Now, according to a new report in the Sports Business Journal, a Hollywood film writer has been meeting with NASCAR teams and drivers to help develop a plot for the movie. The original Days of Thunder movie came out 36 years ago in 1990 with Tom Cruise as the young NASCAR driver Cole Trickle. The movie made $157 million worldwide. So here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel, and what are some of the best movies about racing? How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel? What are some of the best movies about racing? To respond, text those in 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. Tweet me. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. One word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Herman in Mississippi says, hey, Dave, a Days of Thunder sequel without Robert Duvall is a mistake. He carried the first movie in spite of Tom Cruise. My favorite racing movies are Ford versus Ferrari, Days of Thunder, Heart Like a Wheel, Stroker Ace, and Grease Lightning. The Wendell Scott story needs a remake. Here's a little tip for you. Robert Duvall actually passed on a role in Silence of the Lambs so he could play Harry Hogg, the veteran crew chief of in the movie Days of Thunder. We got a lot of good response to this. But you know what? We'll get back to that because now it's time for a little buy or sell. Oh, man. All of our contestants / victims are here once again for the next episode of Buy or Sell. Every Thursday, when Amy Smith comes on the show to talk about the financial markets, why don't Coop and I do a segment where we use the same idea for sports, music, pop culture, and more. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get started with Buy or Sell. Matt Guitar Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this looks like a good place to start.
Come on down.
What do we got?
Well. Okay, so we're going to talk about The Tonight Show, Johnny Carson edition. Karnak the Magnificent, the Mystic from the East, was a character bit originally introduced on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson in 1964. He was a frequent guest to the show during Carson's 30-year reign. Dressed in a turban and a cape, Karnak, who was played by Johnny, claimed to possess psychic powers to divine the answers to questions that were hidden inside envelopes. His sidekick, Ed McMahon, would present these hermetically sealed envelopes, which were noted to have been kept on Funk and Wagnall's porch since noon today. This was one of the most popular recurring bits on the show, but there is one joke that nearly broke the entire show. We have a clip.
Having trouble divining this one? All right. Yeah. Sis boom ba. Sis boom ba. Describe the sound made when a sheep explodes.
And that's Ed McMahon. You hear losing it.
He was the best hype man ever.
This broke out laughter in the studio for over 1 minute. Pretty cool. Guys, buy or sell. Sis Boom Ba is the funniest freestanding joke ever told in late night comedy.
Oh, man. The greatest joke ever told?
Yeah.
So hard to quantify that, but I'll just jump ahead and say I'll buy it. I mean, it's Carson. It's a classic bit. I mean, if it's not that one, it's got to be one close. You know what I mean? I mean, it's as good as any of the ones that would be in the running. So I'll buy it. Sure.
You know what? I'm sure there's probably funnier jokes, but I'm going to buy this too because that was really funny.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Karnak the Magnificent is such a great bit.
Yeah.
Remember when Carson would do the setup and then Ed McMahon would repeat repeat them.
Oh, yeah,
That would make him so upset.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And you talked about where the clues were hidden. It was in a mayonnaise jar. Remember, it was like the mayonnaise jar. And then when he would rip the envelope open, we would rip it open, and then he would blow into it. You know, it was a great bit. Yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'll buy it, but I also want to say that I adore the bits that Conan O'Brien and Craig Ferguson did.
Fair.
So this is the best, but there are a lot of other ones that are real close.
There was one that was also really close that was also on the Carson show that Ed Ames back in 65 was a tomahawk thrower and throwing at this wooden creature, and it landed right in the crotch area, and Johnny quips back and says, I didn't even know you were Jewish.
Yes. Yeah, it was awesome. So there you go. That was a really great one. All right, Ryan, what do you got?
Okay, so have you guys heard of trademark Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser?
Why, no.
Okay, so
Is this the Lego set?
No, it's not around anymore. It was, according to Wikipedia, a Star Wars-themed 2-night live-action role-playing choose-your-own-adventure hotel experience
at Disney World,
operated by the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah, okay.
From March 1st, 2022 to September 30th, 2023. And it was expensive. It was like, I want to say upwards of like $6,000.
It looks so amazing.
Yeah. But this buy or sell topic isn't really about that.
No.
It's about the critical response to it. Because in May 2024, a 4-hour-long review of the Galactic Star Cruiser by YouTuber Jenny Nicholson, no relation, went viral. And I've sat through all 4 hours of it. It is one of my favorite YouTube videos. It is clear, it is concise, it brings up the history of the attraction, why it failed, why it succeeded in some parts, and I just have to say, like, the presentation of it is great. And it got me thinking, buy or sell, these types of YouTube influencers are a necessary part of the capitalist ecosystem.
I'm going to jump in first on this. I'm going to buy this, okay? Because I'm familiar with this woman, okay? She did a video that I watched that was extremely long about what went wrong with the Star Wars hotel.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the topic, Dave.
Okay, but you didn't say hotel.
He did a minute ago.
I said it.
The Star Wars Galactic. He did a minute ago. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen it. It's really good.
It is.
Yeah. And there's like, you go into rooms and like there's no windows and,
yeah.
You know, it's crazy. No, I'm buying that.
I've got a question. You said it was concise right after you said 4 hours. That is not concise.
It's pretty compelling.
Well, that said, YouTube in general is where I go for reviews. Gear, like camera stuff. It doesn't matter what camera it is. Someone has done a YouTube video about it, and I go watch that first, and then I make my decision. And I mean, same for a lot of products. So I'd buy this because YouTube
What was the name of the setup on this?
It's called the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser.
Star Cruiser, okay.
And the YouTuber's name is Jenny Nicholson.
Yeah.
No relation.
No relation.
There you go. Coop.
It's not Jenny Nicholson.
No, not Nicholson.
Let me see. I'm a little. I remember reading the story about this and seeing some of the video, and I thought it would be awesome as a guy that used to like to role play and like Star Wars. So I'm kind of bummed out to hear that it wasn't a great experience. Yeah. Although I know it's also been closed for a couple years now. These things are. There's a fine line between the ones that are super informative and good, and the ones that are constantly like product placing and trying to monetize every second of their videos. And sometimes I have a hard time finding that clear line on what I like and don't like. But on the ones that are good, and this sounds like that's one of those, I'm completely in one. I think that you can find it for virtually anything, right? I mean, and people are so niche, and to your point, Ryan, about needing it for a capitalist society, I think we actually just need it for pop culture. Just like we have like the Urban Dictionary and different things like that. We need things to explain the zeitgeist to guys like me, to like a 50-something guy that doesn't follow all this stuff. Sometimes things need explainers, and you need to be caught up in things and stuff. So yeah, I'll buy it.
And I do want to clarify, the experience itself wasn't bad. Like, all of the cast members stayed in character the entire time. And, like, there's, like, the presentation of the hotel itself is quite impressive, but it costs an arm and a leg just to get, like, a family of 4 in there.
Oh, and it was the rooms where the people had to stay. They stunk.
The rooms, not so great.
Not so great.
But I highly recommend the video if you have 4 hours to spare.
All right. Fox has greenlit Stewie, a Family Guy spin-off series with an unprecedented 2-season order targeting a premiere in 2027. The animated show will follow Stewie Griffin after he's kicked out of preschool and forced to attend a subpar replacement with unfamiliar classmates and a 75-year-old turtle. Guys, as odd as a spin-off of an animated show sounds, this just might work. In or out?
Dave?
Stewie, the spin-off of Family Guy. In or out?
Dave, how many cartoon spin-offs do you know about? Besides this one?
I know about a couple of them. Okay, because I remember Daria spun off Beavis and Butthead. It was actually a pretty good show on MTV. Yep. And wasn't Pinky and the Brain, wasn't that a spin-off?
That was a show within Animaniacs.
Yeah. So that's 2.
That was later a show on its own.
Yeah, but those are the 2 examples I can think of. So it's really unusual to have a spin-off of a character on an animated show.
But the problem is this has happened before, Dave, with the Cleveland show.
Oh, the Cleveland show.
Exactly. And it's still a Family Guy character.
Yeah.
So I imagine this will get a few seasons, and then it will make like the Cleveland show, and Stewie will come back to Family Guy.
I forgot about the Cleveland show.
Here's the thing about this. The window for Family Guy, I think, has passed. Because Family Guy's been on for, are they close to 30 years?
Yeah.
They should have done this, like 15 years ago if they were going to do it. I think the window's passed. So I'm going to sell.
All right, Coop, as odd as a spinoff of an animated show sounds, it just might work.
I've watched a few dozen episodes of The Family Guy, and I like it just fine. But I mean, I'm definitely not the demo for this then, but I have to tell you, on that description, I had zero interest in it whatsoever. So I don't know. I think I'm going to slightly sell it. Because I do wonder, like what Matt said, I wonder, is Seth MacFarlane doing it? Is he writing it and all that stuff? I don't know the last time. I like him. I enjoy his work, but I'm also not sure the last time he was funny.
Seth MacFarlane said, quote, "I'd like to thank Fox for this incredible opportunity, and I'm excited to start pretending I'm collaborating closely with them." Unquote. So how much influence he's going to have on this, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Just one more thing. Anyway, it's very telling, the quality of Family Guy, that not only did Bob's Burgers come on after it, but eclipsed it within a few seasons and won like several Emmys.
Now, Bob's Burgers is not a spinoff of Family Guy, right?
No,
it's just a standalone show.
It's a standalone show, but on the same network.
Yes, they have same network in their Sunday animation block, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Stewie coming maybe in 2027. Thanks, guys. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the entertainment report in just a minute.
Golf Week called Pete Dye Golf Club one of America's best modern courses. Golf Digest recently called Pete Dye one of America's 100 greatest courses, and Pete Dye calls it 18 of the most exciting and memorable holes I've ever built on one course. Pete Dye Golf Club invites you to join the only course named after the legendary designer himself. National, corporate, and local memberships available now for a limited time. Visit PeteDye.com to learn more. Come play where the Mountaineers play at Pete Dye Golf Club.
Don't forget about our podcast.
Check out your favorite podcast provider
Or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law.
On Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna
on the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! 5.org.
I'm not telling anything you don't know. It's weird out there these days. Even the weather. Because this morning I checked my weather app, and this is true. It said high of 60, low of 35, with a 95% chance of snow. So today's weather forecast was yes.
4:28 on the show, almost halfway home on this Friday. Time for Talkin' TV and more. Here are the latest entertainment headlines from ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
What do you wish to do, Hamlet?
Hamlet, a drama about love and loss in William Shakespeare's personal life, is up for 8 Oscars Sunday, including Best Picture and Best Director for Chloe Zhao. Zhao, who previously won Best Director in 2021 for Nomadland, says she welcomes the recognition.
I'm not cynical about it, because to be seen and celebrated and validated by your peers, which is very much a found family for me, is an amazing feeling.
The Oscars air live on ABC and stream on Hulu March 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern. K-pop Demon Hunters could be a winner at the Oscars Sunday, but if it's not, maybe K-pop Demon Hunters 2 will take home the gold. Netflix has officially confirmed a sequel to its most popular film of all time.
You can't spend the rest of your life denying your family.
We've got our first look at Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair, the new revival of the early 2000s sitcom. All 4 episodes premiere April 10th on Hulu. And actor William H. Macy is 76 today. Andrea Dresdale, ABC News.
Andrea, thanks. We'll take a break for local news here at the bottom of the hour, and then it's time for Beer Friday with Pat Strader. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. House of Delegates passed legislation that will cut personal income taxes by 5%. However, they took out the provision that would have increased taxes on vape products. Mercer County Delegate Marty Gearhart.
I could not contemplate the logic of them rejecting that 5% tax cut because we took out a tax increase that is inviolate of everything we do. The single object rule. It is not the way we operate.
And power over athletic transfers is one signature away from going back to the WVSSAC.
A bill repealing the so-called one-time transfer rule is headed to Governor Patrick Morrisey for his signature after a narrow passage vote. The legislation passed 20-14, and with the governor's approval would give the WVSSAC back the right to decide eligibility of transfer students in high school athletics. Senator Scott Fuller says permitting open transfers hurt local kids in the process.
That's a form of bullying when you are a coach and you have that power to bring in people. That coach isn't thinking about these kids, and that bothers me. It truly bothers me that they would rather win a daggone game than think about these kids that have worked their entire life to get to that point, to finally get on that team, wear that jersey, and represent their school.
If the bill is signed, the WVSSAC could implement an emergency rule later this month. I'm Daniel Woods, WVMetroNews.com.
And you're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
Most of the state is under a wind advisory until 8 tonight. The National Weather Service says winds from the southeast will be from 15 to 25 miles per hour, with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Pocahontas and Randolph counties are under a high wind warning, with wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour expected. And West Virginia State Police in Grantsville has launched an investigation into the possible homicide of a woman in Calhoun County. 29-year-old Emily Matheny was found early this morning near the community of Chloe. No further details have been released. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
Everybody knows it's beer o'clock.
Beer o'clock.
I just can't wait.
Beer o'clock.
I don't want to be late.
Beer o'clock.
You know I worked all day for beer o'clock. You know quitting time around here is beer o'clock.
All right, welcome back into the program. Metro News Hotline here until 6 o'clock. Oh, yeah, bottom of the hour. 4 o'clock hour on Friday means hashtag Beer Friday with Pat Strader, where we talk about beer and the craft beer industry in our state. And if you got a question or a comment about that, send us a text. We want your we want to hear from you. 304 Talk 304 304-8255 304. Pat Strader, how you doing today, man? Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Dave, and happy Beer Friday.
All right, Pat. Let me guess. You're at home.
I am.
Attaboy. Oh, nice, right? Nice.
It's been a little circuitous route. I earlier this week, I was in Columbus, then I was in Parkersburg, This morning I was in Charleston with Mr. Tony Caridi, and now I'm back in Beckley. So it's been a wild ride.
Fantastic. All right, we got a lot of beer stuff to talk about. Let's start with Greenbrier Valley. Let's begin there. What's up?
Man, this is really cool. I'm excited to see this. This is a small batch series special release, and they're calling this the River City Cream Ale. There's two really cool things to this. One, the sense of place, as this is a tribute, as they say, to the history of Hinton, West Virginia, and the river and the railroad town there on the New and the Greenbrier Rivers. But, the cream ale is just not something you see that often. And, a lot of folks, Genesee cream ale, it's like the kind of old school version of this. Why they call it a cream ale, I'm not really sure. There is no cream in this thing, but it's a really light bodied. It has a corn base to it. We were talking about this with some other beers just a few weeks ago. So it makes it a really approachable, super smooth, has a nice crisp finish, and is kind of that classic American style beer that a lot of people associate with commercial beers.
That's nice. Oh, no, you're talking about Jenny Cream, man. Now you're getting back into my era. Like, suddenly my ears perked up when you said that. That's pretty interesting.
You putting the bell bottoms on, Dave?
So there you go. Greenbrier Valley, Max Welton. Hey, man, I'm seeing tonight, what time does this start? Vinyl Night with Graybeard begins at 7 o'clock out there at Greenbrier Valley. No charge. Okay, Pat, if somebody called you and said, get down here in 35 minutes with your vinyl, we need you to fill in, what records would you take with you?
Well, that's funny. So I actually just got a 6 LP set. It was Jerry Garcia Band from the Warfield Theater back in 1990, and I've been working through that.
Oh, now that's really interesting. So who's in the band with Jerry?
Well, it was Merle Saunders.
Yeah, those guys.
He was on the keyboard, and just a variety of other folks. But man, the Jerry Garcia Band was fantastic.
Man, I agree. Was that a record day release?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Yeah. Moving on. Well, let's talk about Free Folk. Oh, you know what? Yeah. It's been a while since we've had a good seltzer conversation. I'm there for it.
That's right. And Dave. Free Folk is in the seltzer game now, and in fact, this is their first rollout of this, to my knowledge. And they actually have 2 different flavors: a blood orange and a strawberry. And lots of different interesting, kind of views of this. Is one, we've talked a lot about the business of beer lately in the brewing industry, and I think that this is a smart business move. You're meeting people where they are instead of trying to force something on them. So you're offering something that you are making yourself for the folks that choose the seltzer. So it's really smart, and these both look really great. Parkersburg Brewing is they are also making seltzers, but I think we're going to start to see more and more of this, Dave.
I was going to ask you, I mean, the seltzer market used to be pretty hot. Is it still hot?
Well, I think it's cooled, but it is still hot. You're seeing lots more varieties of this. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Happy Dad, that is like a new brand that they're trying to reach people like you and I, Dave. And so I think that this is a really smart business move. And again, I do think that we will start to see more and more breweries offering seltzers.
I saw this about Free Folk a couple of days ago, and I wanted to bring this to your attention. I'm over on their Facebook page, and they're in Hico on Midland Trail, and you can go there. They're having beginner crochet classes there on Sunday, March 22nd. I never really thought that would be the kind of thing that would go on at a local craft brewery here in West Virginia. But it just goes to show, I mean, these places are kind of popping up and becoming the hub of the communities that they're in.
Absolutely. I've been banging that drum for a long time, and I saw that as well. And I almost included it because we've talked about that a lot. Like Clendenin, they do Bible study and they have trivia nights, and it's just to your point, and I've said it over and over. You're exactly right. The breweries are a hub of the community.
All right, let's talk about what's going on with Charleston's downtown breweries, the Stouts and Serpents tomorrow.
Yeah, we talked about this in great detail last weekend, but I just wanted to remind everybody that this is happening tomorrow. It looks really cool. Bad Shepherd, Fife, Short Story, Ursus, Brew Works is part of this. A lot of really cool things going on, and I just quickly wanted to remind everybody that that is happening.
There you go. So is that going to start on Summer Street? I guess it is.
Well, I think you can start at any of those breweries. I don't,
Okay.
I think you can kind of choose your own adventure, Dave.
All right. What about the weather? Oh, you know what? I don't think the weather tomorrow's supposed to be that bad. I think we're looking for temperature. Well, listen, there's going to be a group of people that it doesn't matter what the temperature is, right?
Right.
But for some of the others that want to kind of flow in a day that I think the high temperature here in Charleston tomorrow is going to be around 70. So that's not too bad. Stouts and Serpents tomorrow. Now it's a 4-hour. Okay, so you got to pace yourself. Okay. But
that's right.
I'm seeing a lot of people have responded to this. I hope that this becomes an annual thing. I think that's really, really interesting. All right, a couple more here. What's new at the Peddler?
Yeah, the Peddler, real quick, they've got a new sour out, and this is, they describe it as bursting with juicy golden kiwi, zippy tartness. Dave, zippy. How often do you hear something described as zippy?
Right.
Tropical vibes, but, I love this. They're always so creative down there at the Peddler. The name of this beer is Kiwi Herman.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty great.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
That is good. So that's going on at the Peddler. I think we have one more stop to make. Oh, we do. Let's. What's going on at Old Spruce?
Old Spruce, they have available in cans. They're calling this Planet Dulcita, and this is part of the release of a one-hop hazy IPA series. So they literally just use one hop, the Dulcita hop in this. Big Timber has done this in the past, and several other breweries have at times as well, but it's a really great way to kind of learn the nuance of how these different hops impact an IPA.
There you go. So let's see. Old Spruce, they are right there in Snowshoe. They're on Rescue Road there.
Yeah.
And in fact, they are open today. This week they were closed on Tuesday and Wednesday, but they are open today. They opened at 4, and they're open until 9. And they open at noon and go until 9 on Saturday and Sunday. So there you go. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Old Spruce Brewing. There you go. There you go. Pat, great stuff as always. So what's going on with the smoker this weekend? You got anything happening? Oh, I got to tell you.
No, man.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you before you respond to that.
Okay.
We used some of your buckwheat pancake mix earlier this week. And broke out some of the bacon too, and just had a big old time for dinner one night this week.
Buddy, it's buckwheat season. It's time for those pancakes. And those are from over at Arball Farm over in Greenbrier County. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Linda really liked those buckwheat cakes, man. That was a good call on your part. So what's going on with the smoker? Anything happening this weekend?
Probably not. I got to head out to Asheville soon for some work, so I'm probably just going to lay low. I ran it last weekend, but I'm going to get those pastrami's rolling here soon, Dave.
I'm going to hold you to that. Hey, man, from where you live, how long does it take you to get to Asheville?
Gosh, it's about 4 hours, roughly.
Yeah. How do you go? Because I've gone over there. Back in the day, I used to go over the mountain. You don't have to do that anymore, right?
No, I'll go down there and peel off right there at, they're in Tennessee. Right when you step into Tennessee, I peel off over there and go. I do go across the mountain, but it's a much easier drive now.
Yeah, much easier drive now. All right. Well, Pat, what's in your hand or what will be there soon?
You know what? I've got a variety pack out here that I picked up in Columbus the other day. I don't know. I don't even know exactly what's in there, so I'm going to do my roulette, Dave.
All right. Well, Pat, thanks for joining us. We love the local content about what's going on with the craft beer industry in our state. I'll talk to you next Friday at 4:33. Have a great week.
Thanks for having me, Dave, and happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. Pat Strader. Coop, you ever been to Nashville?
Yes.
Great town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really
absolutely.
great town.
Yeah, I've watched the minor league baseball there before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I chased the
tourists.
I chased the Wheelers down there one time.
I remember that's where the old Southern Conference basketball tournament used to be when Marshall was in the Southern Conference.
I went to Greensboro, Spartansburg, Asheville, I think all in a weekend. Or not in a weekend, but in a road trip one time.
I remember when Herd fans would go to Asheville, they used to spend $2 bills. just to show the economic impact that they would bring to the community.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you can count the twos. Huh?
Count those $2 bills.
Okay.
Question of the day. There are new reports that another movie featuring Tom Cruise's character Cole Trickle may soon be a reality. Here's the question of the day for Hotline today, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel, and what are some of the best movies about racing? How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel, and what are some of the best movies about racing? We want your texts on this, and you can reach me on X as well. Text line here is 304-TALK 304, 304-8255-304. I'm on X at Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, three E's, WEEKLEY. Coop, you like racing movies? You like movies about racing?
Honestly, it's not that I have a dislike for them, but I guess liking would be meaning that I would seek them out, and I don't necessarily seek them out. Like, I've seen good racing movies. I don't have anything against them, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, man, I want to check out that new racing movie. That's not something I see.
When I was a kid, I saw Grand Prix at Myrtle Beach. I went by myself, and John Frankenheimer made the movie, and James Garner is the star of the movie. And right now, if you probably went back and you looked at Grand Prix, it would probably seem kind of slow. But it was really one of the first movies of that type that told you what auto racing, the real auto racing, was really all about.
Yeah, right. I've seen some of that. I've not seen all of it.
It's a pretty good movie. And, of course, racing movies are pretty hot now. I mean, F1 was a big success, and they're making a sequel to that. So we want to know what you think about that. What do you think about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel? Now, of course, Robert Duvall has passed. Fred Thompson, who was the president of NASCAR in the original movie, he's passed. I'm guessing Nicole Kidman's not too interested in maybe repeating her role in Days of Thunder.
Yeah, probably not.
And probably not coming back for that. But there is a little bit of buzz about a writer that has been around that's been assigned to this project by Paramount. He was at the Daytona 500, and he was out in Phoenix. So it looks like they're trying to put a script together. So we wanted to see what your take is on that. What do you think about the idea of a sequel to Days of Thunder, and do you like movies about racing? Reach out to us with those messages, and we'll get into that in the 5 o'clock hour. Let's take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time to crack open the On This Date file. Stay tuned.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kurtzwell. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hey, Brad Howe from Sportsline is going to be on here in about 15 minutes. We'll play in or out at 5:25, but now it is time to open up the On This Date file and start with the birthdays, and we'll start, as always, with the sports birthdays. Some pretty good sports birthdays today. How about Will Clark, 6-time All-Star, NLCS MVP in 1989 of the Giants, 62 years old today. Former Pirate Vernon Law having a birthday today. Vernon Law, one of the stars of the 1960 World Series, is 96 years old today. Curtis Conway, wide receiver at Penn State, played for the Bears, played for the Chargers, broadcaster these days, 55 years old. Trent Dilfer, the quarterback for the Ravens, when they won a Super Bowl, 54 years old today. Big Daddy Dan Wilkinson of the Bengals from Dayton, 53 years old today. Marco Andretti, the grandson of Mario Andretti, a good racer in his own right, 39 years old today. Coco Gauff, the tennis star, 22 years old today. She won the U.S. Open in 2023, the French Open last year. Here she is winning the U.S. Open 3 years ago.
Get up, Coco Gauff. You just won the U.S. Open.
Coco Gauff, 22 years old today. Johan Santana also having a birthday today. And when you talk about Santana, you have to go back to that no-hitter that he threw for the Mets against the Cardinals. That was June 1st, 2012.
And now Santana, perhaps a strike away. Johan sweeps a little dirt away from the left of the pitching rubber. Steps behind the rubber, tugs once at the bill of his cap, takes a deep breath, and steps to the third base side of the rubber. Santana into the windup. The payoff pitch on the way, swung out and missed! Strike three! He's done it! Johan Santana has pitched a no-hitter in the 8,020th game in the history of the New York Mets. They finally have a no-hitter. And who better to do it than Johan Santana? And what a remarkable story.
Johan Santana's 47 today. Howie Rose nailed that call, didn't he? That was a really fantastic call of his no-hitter. Oh, check this out. It was on this date 16 years ago at MSG. Big East Men's Basketball Tournament Championship. West Virginia, a winner over Georgetown by 2 points. Remember this.
West Virginia hasn't had a field goal in 7 minutes, 16 seconds. All their 8 points, the most recent 8 from the line. And nobody on the ball again. Ebanks inbounds it to Butler. Butler into the lane, in the traffic. It goes again for Butler. 4 seconds to go. They have a timeout. Right down by 2. Scoops it up.
That was 16 years ago today. West Virginia at MSG beating Georgetown in the Big East Tournament Championship in 2010. Our musical birthday to the break today. Adam Clayton, the bassist for U2, is 66. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are coming up next.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Hardwood Heat meets the Mountain State in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Girls High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 14th. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships, presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Health. Learn more at milestonesmet.org.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock at the West Virginia State Girls Tournament here in Charleston. Winners earlier today included Williamstown, Greenbrier East, and James Monroe. NCAA Division II Atlantic Region women's basketball. Winston-Salem State over Glenville today. Final score 88-71. University of Charleston plays the top seed IUP in about 5 minutes. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, where we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this. I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school, you did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet, and it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably... Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble. Excuse me. When it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
Going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up. And Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable, gutsy play call and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things, and I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard, and if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour.
Navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more.
From a Mountain State point of view, Hotline is a no politics zone.
You can join the conversation.
Text the show at 304-825-5304.
304-TALK-304.
Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. 5:06 in West Virginia. Time to start the third and final hour of our program today, Metro News Hotline. I tell you what, we're getting out of here at 6 o'clock, but we got a lot of stuff to do before we do that. But we always start with this every Friday, officially welcoming in the weekend here in West Virginia.
Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Sox. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday break.
All right, there you go. That makes it official. It's the weekend here in West Virginia and should be a pretty darn nice one weather-wise for most folks. 58 degrees here in Charleston as we operate on a Friday afternoon. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. I think maybe the first thing we need to bring up is the fact that the West Virginia State Girls High School Basketball Tournament moving into semifinal Friday here in town. Winners earlier today, Williamstown, Greenbrier East. James Monroe was a winner. The game between GW's playing at 5:30 this afternoon. Metro News is your home for all the action for the girls tournament and the boys tournament as well next week. So GW and Parkersburg will tip it off at the bottom of the hour. We might dip into a little bit of coverage of that before we get on out of here today. Nitro and East Fairmont. East Fairmont trying to, upset the apple cart. They pulled one of the biggest upsets in the quarterfinal round. Now they take on the Nitro Wildcats tonight at 7:15. And then Parkersburg and Morgantown will tip it off at 9 o'clock. And then tomorrow, championship games all day long. Metro News is your home for all that stuff. And the boys tournament, the field is now set. After last night's Class AA regional finals, the boys tournament begins here in Charleston next Tuesday. So that's going to be another great week of basketball next week, too. Hey, one quick thing. I didn't get a chance to really run this down the way I wanted to in the sports highlights at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. NCAA Division II Atlantic Region women's basketball. earlier today, Winston-Salem State, this is a tournament that's going on in Indiana, PA. Winston-Salem State was a winner over Glenville, 88-71. Now, the University of Charleston is also in the Atlantic Regional. They are playing the top seed, which is IUP, and that game just tipped off about 5 minutes ago. We will keep our eyes on that as we move along in the hour. And as far as the men are concerned, we have 3 teams from the Mountain East that are going to be playing in this regional tomorrow. So let's see. West Liberty is in for the 17th time, 17th consecutive season they've gone to the postseason in NCAA Division II. That is a record. They're going to be going for their 28th win of the year tomorrow. They will be taking on the 7 seed Virginia Union. Fairmont State, that lost to West Lib in the MEC final, they're in this field as well, and they will be playing IUP tomorrow. And the University of Charleston, they went 19-9 this year. They probably got the toughest road. They're going to be taking on Gannon tomorrow. So Gannon's won 28 games this year already. So in men's competition, West Liberty, UC, Fairmont State at it in NCAA Division II, a regional action. Earlier today, Glenville was a loser to Winston-Salem State, 88-71, and the University of Charleston is playing right now. All right. Our question of the day. Question of the day. We've had a lot of response to this already today. We're talking about the movies and a really interesting story that came out yesterday in the Sports Business Journal. It looks like they're making some progress in a sequel to the movie Days of Thunder, starring Tom Cruise. Paramount has the rights to the movie, and it looks like there's going to be a sequel. According to this new report in the Sports Business Journal, a Hollywood film writer has been meeting with NASCAR teams. He was at Daytona, he was at Phoenix, and they're putting together a plot for the movie. The movie Days of Thunder came out in 1990, 36 years ago, believe it or not. And Tom Cruise played Cole Trickle. The movie made $157 million worldwide. Now, there's no details on the casting yet. It's probably too early to talk about that, but obviously Robert Duvall won't be part of it after he died last month. So the question of the day is this, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder movie sequel? And what are some of the best movies about racing? Coop and I talked a little bit about this about 20 minutes ago before the top of the hour, but I want your thoughts on this. How do you feel about the idea of a Days of Thunder sequel? And what are some of the best movies about racing? We want your messages on social media. Text them in, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. Brad Howe from Sportsline joins me, and the first time I had a chance to talk to Brad since WVU was eliminated at the Big 12 tournament earlier this week by BYU. How you doing today, Brad?
Hello, Dave. Doing great.
So, first off, I got to get your take on the court out in Kansas City and the decision that was made after yesterday's game with Kansas defeating TCU, that they're going to take that how would you describe it? A lit court, LED glass court. They're going to remove that and go back to a traditional court tonight for the semifinals in the Big 12 and the championship game of the tournament later this weekend. What do you think? What were your thoughts on that?
Was there any basketball played out there, or was it just simply about the court? Because I'm not sure a single person sitting out there, Jeff Goodman, all those national guys included, wrote a thing about the basketball and simply about the court. Dave, I think it was one of those, a lot of groupthink going on there, a runaway train in terms of a story. What I'll say is this. I give credit to Brett Yormark and the Big 12 for opening the Crisis Communication Manual, page 1. When the story takes on a life of its own and Twitter can't talk about anything else and we go to think that's real life, you better get the story off the front page. And they did that by going back to the wood. I'm pretty progressive when it comes to this stuff, Dave. I like it. I stood on it. I walked on it. I was on there for shoot around looking at it. I thought the graphics were fantastic. I thought it was really interesting. And here's the thing. I don't know what teams are going to do when they have to play on one in the next couple of years because it's coming. In talking to that company, they're in discussions with multiple high major schools right now to put it in. The NBA has been using it. They're going to be using it more. It's being used in Europe. So this thing's coming. It might have got a stay of execution for right now, but it's coming.
So did Yormark have any choice here? Did he make the right call?
Well, I think he had to make the right call because it was overwhelming the tournament.
Okay.
People were no longer writing about anything else. So I think people have forgotten that you actually slip on wood floors too, Dave.
Yeah, that's right.
You slide on some of those as well. It's not like that's not going to happen. I didn't see a ton of outright just slips. I think what there was, I had somebody describe it to me, it was more like playing at times on a dusty floor.
Okay.
So you weren't just outright slipping, but there was a little movement, and it seemed to affect the guards a little bit more when they would try and stop and shift. Sometimes there were some slides. I get it. So I understand, but I do think, yes, he made the right decision because that's all anybody was going to talk about, and it was giving people a built-in excuse if they didn't win to just scream and yell in the final 4 games. So just eliminate the story, put the wood down, and now we go on to 2 great games tonight.
Yeah, there are 2 great games. You've got Iowa State and Arizona in the first game at 7, followed by Kansas and Houston. That's the nightcap game. I mean, all 4 of these teams are in the top 14 in the country. Between Iowa State, Houston, and Arizona, those are 3 of the top 7 teams in the nation in terms of the latest rankings. Yeah, so what do you think? You give Kansas a shot tonight?
Yeah, give them a shot. I really like Houston. Defensively, they just get after it so well. Kingston Flemings, to me, makes a real difference for them, even though he's so young. He has the ability to take you off the dribble and create his own shot. I think if you, and this is nitpicking, listen, the team got all the way to the national championship game last year, but I always thought the one flaw that Houston program had was the ability to have a guard that could do that, and Fleming certainly eliminates that flaw. So they've got a lot to them. They guard the heck out of it. Tugler's a beast inside. Sharp, we know, is one of the best shooters. Do I give Kansas a chance? Yeah, because if Darren Peterson plays and plays the whole game in front of that crowd, they have a shot, but I like Houston a lot.
Yeah, Peterson played 37 minutes last night. Let me ask you, what's going on with West Virginia here? Are they going to go to the postseason or not? What are the things that they're weighing right now?
Yeah, we'll see. There's a bunch of decisions still to be made, and a lot of that comes down to just, is the offer extended? I think part of the piece of that puzzle happened today with Wes Miller being fired at Cincinnati. That was a team that was above West Virginia in the net, so it would have been Baylor and Cincinnati by letter of the law that get invites to the crown as being the 2 next highest-ranked teams not in the NCAA tournament. That's assuming UCF gets in. I don't know that that's a foregone conclusion. I know a lot of projections have them in. They are slightly ahead of West Virginia in the net as well. So we just have to see first and foremost if that comes along. If it's not one of the automatic bids from the Big 12, then do they get an at-large bid to go into the crown situation? And then you just got to talk to the guys. Do you have players that are going to stick around and want to play in this? It seemed like the initial reaction was yes. Again, we've heard Ross talk about this. We've talked about it, Dave. These guys like being together. They like playing for each other. They loved wearing the West Virginia uniform. So you might get a group of guys that wants to stick around. The tricky part with the crown, Dave, is the timing in which it takes place. I mean, it's a full 3 weeks from now, so that's a long time to keep everybody together. But you know my stance. Selfishly, I hope we get to see these guys a few more times.
Well, you get to the crown, you win a couple of games, you make it a 20-win season. What do you think about a possible? Could we be looking at a possible rematch? Well, not a rematch, but a matchup against Indiana? Could you see
I'll
Indiana?
be stunned if Indiana has a team.
You think?
Right, they're very senior laden there, and I would be surprised if they have enough guys sticking around to field a team, but I don't have any inside knowledge of that, so we'll have to see.
All right, so Wes Miller is gone at Cincinnati. Is it a situation where Calhoun's come on down? Doesn't he become the de facto favorite to get that Cincinnati job?
I would think so, because there was a lot of talk that he had been offered the Kansas State job already, and the fact that K-State went in a different direction would, to me, indicate that, yes, he's the front runner there for Cincinnati. I would expect they announce something here fairly soon, but I'm thinking along the same lines you are. That would surprise me if he was not.
All right, so Miller is fired at Cincinnati. Were you surprised to hear that Jeff Capel is coming back at Pitt? That surprised me. They made the announcement today he's going to return for the Panthers.
Yeah, from a success standpoint, yeah, I think it's a jaw-dropping surprise given how long he's been there and how little success that program has had. But if you follow the tea leaves there, as they've been talking about for at least a year, you can go back into last year. It's just a money situation. That buyout reportedly is really big, and the money just isn't sitting in the Pitt coffers to go make a change in the basketball program. So I think you had to roll the dice and go with Capel again. But yeah, just from a straight win-loss perspective, I think there's no doubt that's a massive surprise.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting where, you look at the Pitt situation and you say, can we afford to fire him? And I would counter that by saying, can we afford not to? I mean, how do you sell tickets with Capel coming back?
Yeah, but I don't know that just because you fire him, you're going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Right. And so now, I mean, heck, if that number, pick whatever number you want. If it's north of 6 million, 6, 8, 10 million, whatever, that is a heck of a hit, Dave. Then having to go hire somebody else at 3 plus all the resources into that. Are you not better to try and let that thing wind its way down, put less than that into your roster, put another couple, 2, 3 into your roster, try and go win a few games next year and put it back on track? It's no doubt there's no easy answers there. But giving a guy 6, 8, 10 million to go away would be tough if you already don't have any money, which it appears that Pitt does not.
So Pitt's done for the year. They're 13-20 and just 5-13 in the regular season in the ACC, and they're bringing Jeff Cable back. Let's take a break, and we'll play in or out in just a moment.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Hi, I'm Brittany Hedrick. As an environmental project manager at CEC, working in West Virginia, the land taught me respect and responsibility. Whether it's navigating complex regulations or overseeing site assessments, I ensure every project thrives. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
On the next State of Minds. I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! Association and the Ad Council.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is 5:25, and it's time to play In or Out. Every time we hit this time of the day, we focus on the stuff you talk about at the office. We call it In or Out. The setup is simple. 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity, the topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Cooper, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Applebee's has relaunched its Big Easy menu, featuring several new Cajun-inspired items. The Bayou Shrimp Bowl, the Big Easy Burger, the Bourbon Street Chicken, and Andouille Sausage Penne. The Big Easy menu at Applebee's, in or out?
The first place I think about when I think of some good old Creole cooking and that stuff is Applebee's. I've actually had the chicken bourbon there before. It was fine. It was fairly mid. You know what? Just to give the segment a little pizzazz, I want to be in on Applebee's. I'll never eat this, but I'll be in on Applebee's.
Ryan, your thoughts on Applebee's are relatively well known, documented. What are your thoughts here about the Big Easy menu, in or out?
You know, I think that if you gathered up everybody at the Applebee's company, no one could point out where New Orleans is on a map. Probably Cajun food. That's what they serve at the Bubba Gump Shrimp restaurant in New York, right?
God.
I'll be out.
Gonna be. Of course you're out. Brad Howe, what are your thoughts here? The Big Easy menu at Applebee's, in or out?
You know me and these, Dave. I'm generally in on this food stuff. What was that last one? Did you give me a little andouille sausage and penne?
Yeah. Bourbon
Just
Street
because
chicken
it's closing
and
on dinner time and I'm starving. I'm going to be in on that. That sounds good. I'd hammer that right now, Dave.
You know what? They've also got a whole bunch of brand new St. Patrick's Day drinks coming next week as well. I don't hate Applebee's. Sorry, Ryan. I'm going to be slightly in on this.
No accounting for taste.
That is true. Gut reaction. Now this is pretty interesting. Groundbreaking experiment across nearly 2,000 participants in Colombia, India, Kenya, and Mexico, and the U.S. found heat stress barely affects how people treat strangers. Okay? Researchers heated rooms to 93 degrees and monitored their behavior through games involving real money. And people seem to handle it pretty well. Heat doesn't make people meaner, Coop. Heat doesn't make people meaner. In or out?
Anecdotally, I traveled around the equator for quite some time and met some of the nicest people that I've ever met anywhere. So, yeah, I'll be in on that.
All right. Ryan, heat doesn't necessarily make people meaner. In or out?
You know, they say if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. But maybe it's not the heat. Maybe it's the angry British guy that keeps yelling at you, calling you a donkey.
Right.
Sure, I'll be in.
Gonna be in. Brad, heat doesn't necessarily make people meaner. In or out?
Did Coop question the methodology in this? I usually like it when he does this kind of stuff.
I know, it's true.
He does have real-world experience. You're down by the equator. That's pretty hot. I don't know. I've been to some warm places. I've not necessarily encountered more meanness. So, yeah, I'm in on that.
Yeah, it's like background meanness. It's about the same amount they have anywhere.
I think I want to be in on this. So I guess I will be. Finally, this one's about a celebrity. Coop, let's talk about Kyler Murray.
Oh, okay.
$1.3 million to be the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's going to pay $1.3 of Murray's nearly $37 million salary this coming season. Kyler Murray, in or out?
No, I never really had any use for him. I'll be out.
Ryan, this is a sports topic. Kyler Murray, in or out?
Our standards for this topic are so low. I could go to Kroger and ask the guy who put my groceries in bags, hey, what's your name? And he's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And it's like, you're the celebrity of the on In or Out. I'll be out.
You're going to be out. You're going to be out. Brad, Kyler Murray, in or out?
I don't know. I'll jump in on the opposite. Kyler Murray is one of the most exciting college football players I've ever watched. He was a treat at Oklahoma, although not when he was playing the Mountaineers. Yeah, I think he still has a little bit left. Those study habits may leave a bit to be desired if those reports are true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in on Kyler Murray.
I'm going to ride with you on this. I'm in on Kyler Murray, too.
Yeah, he's a gamer, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, he's a gamer, Ryan.
Oh boy. Wow.
Hey,
Cool.
Brad, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll take a break. And, Aristotle Jones is next. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. The Senate passed legislation today that would allow adults ages 18 to 20 to carry a concealed weapon without a permit. The measure passed with a 31-3 vote. Monongalia County Senator Chris Rose says if you're an adult at 18, then they should be entitled to all rights and privileges of being an adult.
Once you're an adult, you have the same constitutional right of every single other adult in the state of West Virginia, including the most important one, our Second Amendment, that protects the rest of them. Without the second, the rest of the Constitution fails.
Marion County Senator Joey Garcia said there are still some concerns about the 18 to 20-year-olds not being mature enough to deal with the responsibility.
There are a lot of concerns, a lot of risks. We've heard from a pediatric doctor in the Judiciary Committee about some of those issues about having the possibility of more deaths.
More can be read at WVMetroNews.com. A man is in custody today following a deadly shooting in Mingo County. Leroy Hunt was arrested after a brief standoff today around midday. Deputies had gone to a house along Triton Lane in Del Barton for a welfare check around 11. They discovered a woman on the porch who had been fatally shot. The child was at home at the time of the incident but was not injured. An investigation is ongoing. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
How tough are you? It's the 33rd annual Parsons Ford Tough Man Contest, co-sponsored by Extremely Family Fitness, Miller Lite, Coors Light, and Lust Gentlemen's Club, the exclusive ring girl sponsor, coming March 20th and 21st to the Berkeley Rec Center in Martinsburg. Sign up to fight, buy tickets, or buy the live pay-per-view broadcast at WVToughman.com. That's WVToughman.com. Wimps need not apply.
Hi, I'm Josh Strand, Safety Coordinator for Civil and Environmental Consultants. Some companies talk about profit first, but at CEC, we put safety first. It's not just a slogan, it's how we live. We invest in top-notch safety gear and practices because we believe a safe workplace is a productive one. I like knowing that at CEC, my safety matters. So why settle for less when you can work where safety truly comes first? At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit CECinc.com.
The House passed a bill that aims to cut personal income tax by 5%, but they took out the provision that would have increased taxes on vape products. Mercer County Delegate Marty Gearhart says it makes no sense on one hand to reduce taxes while on the other hand raise taxes, all in the same bill.
Oh, Lord have mercy, this has got to be two separate questions. And if it were a House bill, it would have been. But it's not a House bill. Because on occasion, the Senate thinks they can do to us whatever they want to do to us.
From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. More than just a walk. Moving Day is a fun experience that unites the community in the fight against Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's doesn't stop, and neither will we. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register for an event in your area at movingdaywalk.org. That's movingdaywalk.org.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Jermaine Lucier is going to, not Jermaine Lucier, Aristotle Jones is going to be here in just a sec. I was distracted. Coop's hit the door, and Ryan's going to try to keep this thing between the ditches until 6 o'clock, right? That's the plan? That's the plan. We had Kevin Kinder, BlueGoldNews.com, on the show yesterday. He was coming to us live from Columbus, where the NCAA Rifle Championships are underway, and he just filed his report about 10 minutes ago. West Virginia, at the moment, is in 4th place, 3 points out of first after day one of the NCAA rifle competition. West Virginia battling Kentucky, Ole Miss, Nebraska, and TCU in a back-and-forth tight small-bore competition at the top of the leaderboard of the NCAA Rifle National Championships today. Rebels took the small-bore team competition with a score of 2,356. Nebraska and TCU were second, 2,354 points each. West Virginia and Kentucky tied at 2,353. WVU took the tiebreaker for 4th place with 144 centers to UK's 131. This event is being hosted by Ohio State, which ironically did not qualify for the Nationals. So West Virginia right in the thick of it, but 4th place, 3 points out of first place after day one of the NCAA tournament. College baseball. Marshall opens Sunbelt play at the top of the hour against Georgia State in Huntington. WVU opening Big 12 play at Baylor tonight. Marshall softball is at Georgia State in Atlanta, and they will begin their weekend set there. That'll also be coming at the top of the hour. All right, well, let's get Aristotle Jones to the stage here, and we'll start with the open to the segment. You got that, Ryan?
Just a moment.
All right, finding the open to the segment.
Here it is.
Oh, here we go. Let's get ready to sing. Here we go.
Oh, those West Virginia.
Oh, Ryan, have you ever done that before?
I've done it like 5 times before.
5 times. All right. Aristotle Jones joins us. Aristotle, where are you? Are you at home or on the road? Where are you today, bud?
I'm hanging out in Morgantown right now. I'm right across the street from Milan Puskar Stadium. I figured I would enjoy the sunset on a nice windy day and just kind of take a look around town. But I tell you what. The traffic report, it's flowing smooth. Everybody's having a good time. It's the weekend.
Yeah, nice. And throwing in a traffic report to boot. I appreciate that.
Hey, that's my job.
Yeah, that kind of is Ryan's job. So, hey, one of the things I really love about this segment, where we put the spotlight on local musical talent from our state that needs more attention, but we also talk about places you can go in West Virginia to hear live music, which I enjoy so much. So you're in Morgantown now, but let's swing on down to the bottom of the state and talk about a place that you like that's in Princeton.
Well, from the top of the state to the bottom of the state, folks love live music. And, of course, a lot of folks like to go out to bars and to big festivals and, flashy concerts. But let's not forget about the coffee shop scene. And the Dream Bean in Princeton on Mercer Street is a community coffee house and gathering space in the grassroots district of Princeton. It features live music, great local artisan and craft like honey and designer drinks, and it's just a great place to hang out. And so they have some great live music coming up on March 27th. Noah Spencer's going to be playing there. April 3rd, the Becks are going to be playing there. And possibly you could play there every Monday because they have an open stage, and it starts at 7 p.m. So on Monday, if you're down in Mercer County and you want to stop by at the Dream Bean, you could be on stage.
There you go. Hey, let me ask you. I'm looking at this appearance for Becks on April the 3rd. Is that how that's how their name goes? Becks with an exclamation point?
Yeah, it's like Becks.
I really like that. I think that's really kind of interesting. So that's the Dream Bean. Okay, so have you ever been to the Dream Bean?
I have. I got like a matcha latte one time there. It was like a lavender matcha latte.
Okay. All right, so you get off the Princeton exit, and when you get to the bottom of the ramp, you obviously go to the right because that's where everything is, correct?
Yeah, you're going to go to the right. So the Princeton exit is going to take you right to all of the chain stores.
Right.
You want to go down to the right, and it's going to take you right down into like the downtown area. And there's a little gathering place, a park, and the Riff Raff Art Collective, and right across the street from all that. you'll see the Dream Bee.
Okay, I know where you are. I know where that is. I'm just, sometimes I go by that Princeton exit, and so many times I'll just pull over there and just get gas or whatever, and I've explored it a couple of times, but I didn't know where the Dream Bean was. Thanks for the tip on that.
No problem.
All right, what is the good sound of the week?
Well, man, this week is all about tradition, and I've featured Matt Mullins in the Bring Down on Sounds Good West Virginia many times. I've talked to him on my show Sounds Good to Me, but him and his band, they've done something amazing because they decided that they were going to pay tribute to the traditions of Raleigh County with a cover EP, and it's called Raleigh County Royalty. So Matt Mullins and his band, the Bring Downs, they've covered a lot of folks that have ties to Raleigh County, and including Everett Lilly, Little Jimmy Dickens, Calvin Simon, the Parliament, and of course Bill Withers. And so I thought we would listen to a wonderful cover, since I know you like cover songs.
Yeah.
Here's Matt Mullins and the Bring Downs with their covers of Bill Withers' song, Grandma Fan.
All right, here we go.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, why you run so fast? You might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes stuck in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swear.
All right, that's really, really interesting. You know what? I'm glad you brought up Calvin Simon on that list of people that are being honored here with this EP, because I'd kind of forgotten about him and his role in Parliament.
I think it's amazing when you discover how impactful West Virginia musicians are in American music, because, a lot of folks had to get away in order to get things going. But Parliament was formed over like in Cincinnati. And,
right.
Or Boosie College was in Cincinnati, and then George Clinton was from New Jersey. So they just kind of, picked somebody in the middle to join the band there. And, of course, you get a West Virginia boy pulling it all together.
Yeah, he just passed a couple of years ago. I'm glad to hear his name mentioned. All right, what's our cool concert coming up?
Well, our cool concert coming up, of course, I got to give a shout out to St. Patrick's Day coming up next week. And, the Charleston Rogues are Charleston's Irish band, and they describe themselves as a Pogues tribute band, Celtic funk and traditional high energy fun straight out of Chucktown. And they're going to kick off St. Patrick's Day weekend tonight at the Rock, right there on Courier Street in Charleston. So if you want to get out and have a little pre-St. Patrick's Day fun on the weekend, you can get out to the Rock. The show starts at 9 p.m. tonight. And, the door cost, you pay the door cover. I think typically it's reasonable. It might even actually be free. And so I thought we'd listen to a song by the Charleston Rogues, West Virginia's official Pogues tribute and Celtic funk and traditional high-energy fun band. So here is Mersh and Durkin by the Charleston Rogues.
Charleston Rogues, let's have it.
At home, I'm bound to way across the phone. Off to seek me fortune, far America. There's silver there are plenty for the poor and for the gentry. And when I come back home again, I never more will say goodbye, Mercer Durkin. I'm sick and tired of working. I'll no more dig the printies. I'll no more be a fool. Shows my name is Carney. I am bound for California. Instead of digging printies, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Yeah! But it's goodbye, Mercer Durkin. I'm sick and tired of working. I'll no more dig up praties. I'll no more be a fool. Shows my name is Carney. I am bound for California. Instead of digging praties, I'll be digging lumps of gold. And it's goodbye, Mercer Durkin.
There you go, straight out of Chucktown, as they say. Charleston Rogues. Nice.
Put that on a T-shirt, right?
I was going to say, that's pretty strong. Hey, what are you doing on your show tomorrow morning that's heard on many of the same stations?
Well, man, we're catching up with the New Relics. and we're going to be talking about just how fun it is to be with a band for a long time and watching the music scene change over the years. They're a Morgantown-based band, and they're celebrating their 26th year in as being a band, and that's great. But real quick, I want to give an honorable mention for a venue I couldn't mention, and that is the Irish Spring Festival that's going on in Ireland, West Virginia.
Nice.
Starting tomorrow. There wasn't a band I could highlight, but I figured if you want to get a little bit of fresh Irish culture here in West Virginia, go to Ireland, West Virginia, and to the Irish Springs Festival. It'll be going on all day tomorrow.
There you go. I mean, we got St. Patrick's Day coming up early next week. Aristotle Jones, hey, good stuff today. Thanks for coming on the show as always, and giving the bonus Morgantown traffic report. I appreciated that.
That's right. You know, I'm thinking of new ways I can up the game here, man.
If you've heard this show, I need a lot of help, brother. Thanks, man. Talk to you next week. Aristotle Jones, Sounds Good, West Virginia. That is one of my favorite segments. We do that every Friday at 5:33. All right. So the West Virginia legislature, the session will be adjourning this weekend. It's been a crazy time, and Jeff Jenkins has been on it from the jump. Here's today's edition of the Capitol Report.
This is the Metro News Capitol Report, brought to you by AARP West Virginia. AARP is your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State. Connect on social media at AARP West Virginia and learn more at aarp.org/WV. Today's report in 60 seconds.
AARP is your wise friend and fierce defender as you age. Life changes fast, and so do the challenges. Scams are getting more sophisticated, and caring for loved ones can feel overwhelming. That's why AARP is here. We're working to help you protect your hard-earned money, sharing tips and tools to help you spot frauds and scams. Every day, we're supporting family caregivers and fighting for things like expanded, affordable, high-speed internet service and ensuring access to home and community-based services that are so critical to family caregivers. With 250,000 members in communities throughout the Mountain State, AARP is your trusted advocate at the state capitol and beyond, fighting for policies that make life better for older adults and their families. Everyone in the Mountain State needs someone in their corner. That someone is AARP. For more information, connect with us on social media at AARP West Virginia or find us online at aarp.org/WV.
On this next to last day of the 60-day regular legislative session, the state Senate has passed a 3% pay raise bill for teachers, school service personnel, and state police. But included with that is locality pay that would kick in a couple of years for places like the Eastern Panhandle. Senate Minority Leader Mike Wolfel voted against it. He says it sets bad precedent.
Everybody that's working for the state, you can plan on, if you live in County X where things are good, you're going to get a nice pay raise, $10,000. But if you're in a depressed county, you're not.
Meanwhile, the House has passed a 5% income tax cut bill, but delegates took out the vape tax that was in the bill. Mercer County Delegate Marty Gerhardt says makes no sense on one hand to reduce taxes, while on the other hand, raising taxes in the same bill. He says the Senate did the House a disservice.
Oh, Lord have mercy, this has got to be two separate questions. And if it were a House bill, it would have been. But it's not a House bill. Because on occasion, the Senate thinks they can do to us whatever they want to do to us.
That bill now goes back to the Senate. Meanwhile, the Senate has passed and sent to the governor the bill to repeal the high school sports transfer rule. I'm Jeff Jenkins on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Golf Week called Pete Dye Golf Club one of America's best modern courses. Golf Digest recently called Pete Dye one of America's 100 greatest courses, and Pete Dye calls it 18 of the most exciting and memorable holes I've ever built on one course. Pete Dye Golf Club invites you to join the only course named after the legendary designer himself. National, corporate, and local memberships available now for a limited time. Visit PeteDye.com to learn more. Come play where the Mountaineers play at Pete Dye Golf Club.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All right, welcome back. Relatively short segment here. Boy, we've had a lot of good stuff on the program today. If you've missed some of the action, you can always double back and check out our podcast. It's available everywhere, and you can get it. Just do what I do. Just go to the website, WVMetroNews.com. You'll find our podcast there and all the other shows on the network that are produced by the network. Their podcast there as well, WVMetroNews.com. And don't forget, you can watch our show, too, on the Metro News TV app. We're also available on YouTube now, Facebook Live. Can't get away from it. Girls State High School Basketball Tournament here in Charleston. It is semifinal Friday. Games that have already taken place today. Williamstown defeated Wheeling Central. They were down by 10 at the half and then came back to win over the Maroon Knights, 53-42. Greenbrier East defeated Kaiser earlier today, 52-37. James Monroe was the winner over Wyoming East, 49-30. So James Monroe and Williamstown will square off for a state title tomorrow. Evening session is underway. George Washington and Parkersburg South in Quad A. And right now, with 5 minutes to go before halftime at the Charleston Coliseum, GW trails Parkersburg South 16-12. After that game is concluded, Nitro and Fairmont East will go at it. That game's approximately going to tip at 7:15. And then the late game tonight, Parkersburg and Morgantown, that is another Quad A affair. And, of course, Metro News is your home for the girls' tournament and for the boys' tournament, which is going to start here next Tuesday in town. All right, couple of things I did want to mention. Well, since we're talking about girls, how about women's basketball? NCAA Division II, the Atlantic region, Glenville was a loser today to Winston-Salem State, 88-71. The University of Charleston and an IUP now in the first half. College baseball. WVU plays at Baylor tonight, and Marshall is hosting Georgia State in their Sun Belt Conference opener. That will be getting underway at the top of the hour, and Marshall softball is playing in Atlanta against Georgia State, and they'll be getting underway here in the next 10 minutes or so. College basketball conference tournament games that are underway, that are in progress at this hour. In the SEC in Nashville, Vandy leads Tennessee 60-55. You got 8 minutes to go in the second half. In the MAC, UMass knocked off Miami, knocked the Redhawks from the ranks of the unbeaten yesterday. They are trailing Toledo in Cleveland right now, 40-33 with about a minute to go before halftime. In the Atlantic 10 Championship, Duquesne leads VCU 24-23 with 5 minutes to go before halftime. If the Dukes would win that game, that would be a considerable upset. No question about that. Of course, the Big 12 semifinals are tonight. First game, Iowa State and Arizona. Kansas and Houston will be the nightcap. You've also got the ACC semifinals tonight. A couple of games that are already in the books. Ohio State was a loser to Michigan in the Big Ten in Chicago, 71-67. And Kentucky couldn't get it done. Third day in a row playing in the afternoon. They lose to Florida this afternoon in Nashville, final 71-63. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and wrap it up for the day and the week in a moment. Need a break from the headlines and mindless drivel? Metro News Hotline brings you that much-needed afternoon distraction, but with substance. My decades in journalism, plus a passion for everything from baseball nostalgia to the latest tech trends, mean insights you won't get anywhere else. Coop brings the pop culture know-how and good-natured ribbing, while your calls take things in surprising directions. Tune in for the lively chats that are refreshingly different. Find us from 3 to 6 weekdays on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I was proud to be a soldier.
I told the truth and got kicked out.
And so I thought to myself, I'm taking this rule down.
If you're an LGBTQ plus veteran, your memories are important too. Share your story with the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, where firsthand accounts from U.S. military veterans are preserved and made accessible for researchers and future generations. Visit loc.gov/vets to submit your stories, photographs, and documents today.
Veterans, plan ahead to ensure your loved ones are protected at the end of your life. Include a copy of your discharge papers with your will. Apply for VA life insurance. Write your healthcare decisions in a living will. Review survivor's benefits. Explore VA burial options with a pre-need application. Don't wait. Visit va.gov/plan-ahead to learn more.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Discover the WVRC Media app, your gateway to pristine audio for every WVRC radio station across West Virginia. Download it for free from the Apple or Play stores and enjoy the best music, talk, and local news from Beckley to Morgantown, Charleston to Martinsburg. Our stations are locally programmed, delivering the finest music and robust local news and sports coverage. Experience West Virginia radio like never before. The WVRC Media app. We're proud to live here, too.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community, living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror, and everyone belongs. Find your why. Learn more at ymca.org for a better us.
All right, folks, we're late. We got to get on out of here. Stay tuned for the news at the top of the hour. Sportsline's on the other side. My name's Dave Weekley. I'll talk to you Monday beginning at 3:06. Right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hotline on the Metro News Network is presented by Salango Law, salangolaw.com. Hear Hotline weekdays from 3 until 6 on this Metro News station or WVMetronews.com. Visit the site or your favorite podcast service for past shows and features. This has been Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.